Greetings, royal family. I'm back. Thanks for clicking on the video. Happy Tuesday. Happy September 1st. It's the first of the month. Make sure you pay your bills on time. All right. So is everybody recovered from the Brandy and Monica Verzuz that took place last night? Definitely going to get into that. Share my thoughts, give my commentary. And it's a battle, right? So we have to select a winner. But before I get into all that, we got some Porsha Williams update, some news with Porsha Williams. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air supposed to be getting a reunion special. And Thea. Y'all remember Thea from the TV show Thea Vidale? She had some shady things to say on social media. So I'm going to talk about that. And also a little bit of shenanigans during a little slight intermission, just to keep you guys laughing and going. So make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you drop your comments, please. I definitely love engaging with you guys. Keep all comments respectful. So drop your comments through the broadcast. All right, let's get this train moving, right? First up is Miss Porsha Williams, the freedom fighter. So you guys know that on August 25th, she was arrested. Porsha is a cast member on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was arrested, and this was the second time that she was arrested during a protest in Louisville, Kentucky. So according to TMZ, Porsha's activism will be highlighted on the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, a production insider told TMZ that producers want to shine a light on Porsha's fight for social justice as much as possible in the new season, because Bravo knows viewers would be riveted by Porsha's commitment to racial justice. Please. Reaching for storylines, huh? Anyway, the reason why I'm reporting on this is because I did do a video about Porsha and Yandy being arrested recently, and this was their second time, or Porsha's second time being arrested, and I wondered about Bravo covering Porsha's activism in the upcoming season, to which there were some comments, why would Bravo do that? Bravo's not going to do that. You know, that's the tone of some of the comments that I received. So interesting. It would be wise for Bravo to cover this, being that they are being accused of racial discrimination. I'm just saying. So whatever. Big up to Porsha for her commitment on the front lines. That's all I can say. So that'll be good to see exactly what they cover. So I guess they answered my question that I had. All right, let's move it along. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. There's going to be a reunion special. Now, in honor of the upcoming 30th anniversary of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the cast is reuniting for an unscripted special designed to celebrate the show, which ran on NBC from 1990 to 1996. Will Smith, Alfonso Ribeiro, who's Carlton, Ashley Banks, Tatiana Ali, Karen Parsons, Hillary Bank, Daphne Maxwell Reed, Aunt Viv 2.0, Joseph Marcel, who played Jeffrey, and DJ Jazzy Jeff, who played Jazz, are on set to appear, and Will Smith will also, of course, executive produce through his production company, Westbrook Media. So the reunion is currently scheduled to be filmed on September 10th, the actual 30th reunion of the show, and it's going to be released on HBO Max around Thanksgiving time. So that'd be a good special to watch for the holiday season. Do you guys care? I know Will Smith did somewhat of a reunion, like on his Snapchat show. I forgot how long ago it was. Alfonso Ribeiro was there. I saw clips from it. I didn't watch. But do you guys want to see a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion special? And of course, first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. James Avery, he passed away in 2013 after complications from open heart surgery. So, of course, he won't be attending the special. Janet Hubert, she left the show after 3 seasons. That was the original Aunt Viv, okay? Of course, she won't be attending either. Now, she was replaced by Aunt Viv 2.0, of course. She's going to be at the reunion. But the original Aunt Viv left. There was a lot of static going on with them. And she did a couple of interviews, the original Aunt Viv. She said that she left due to creative differences. She said that she would never, I remember in several interviews she did, she said she would never, ever reunite with the cast. You know, I'm saddened about that. I'm sad about that. But she has her reasons why, and I respect it. But shout out to Aunt Viv, the original Aunt Viv. Now don't worry, hold on to your lace fronts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm definitely going to be getting into the Brandy and Monica, giving my thoughts and recapping the event. I like to save that for last. But before I go on any further, let's take a brief intermission for a little bit of shenanigans. So before I play this video, let me just let you know what's going on. Now, the year 2020 seems to be the year of revelation, and this sister decided to keep that momentum going after her brother's memorial. So just take a listen, and then we'll discuss afterwards. Like to hear it? Here it go.
In pain. It turns out his wife had brought a man into the house. Please, don't you dare. That's it.
Let her finish.
She brought a man into my brother's house.
Let that lady talk.
She brought a man into my brother's house.
Oh.
Khitsane, who once said he wanted to be remembered as the Steve Jobs of tombstones, will be laid to rest on Tuesday. Sipamandla Koke, Johannesburg.
So this is a clip of a video that I seen on the Instagram page, Tea Served Cold. So apparently this woman is at a memorial for a tombstone person, like someone who's known for their headstones or tombstone. But he was a pillar of the community. People knew him. And this is his sister. So at his memorial, she decided to let the audience know that her sister-in-law brought another man into her brother's house. And as you can see, someone tossed what looked like a water bottle at her and tried to stop this lady from telling the truth and shaming the devil. I think they were so rude not to let her finish. In the comments, of course, people were writing that, this was inappropriate. Inappropriate for who? I'm just being messy. But inappropriate for who? Let's keep it real. Her brother could have very well told her in his final days to expose that trollop that brought another man in his house. He might have been the one to tell his sister that his wife brought another man in their house. You never know. So what do you guys think? Drop down in the comments. People are saying that it's inappropriate. Whatever. What's inappropriate these days? That woman was telling her truth, and I wanted her to finish. All right. So brief intermission is over. Hopefully you enjoyed the shenanigans. I love shenanigans. Okay, so let's get into the Brandy and Monica situation. But before I do, you guys remember Thea, right? Well, this whole Brandy versus Monica, Monica versus Brandy thing is like, there was heavy promotion for it. People have been asking for this for years. I wasn't one of them. Even before the Verzuz started, they wanted Monica and Brandy to do like a show or concert together. So they decided to sit down and do this Verzuz battle. There were lots of people picking sides, and one woman made it very, very clear who she was rooting for. So this is Thea Vidale. Okay. Thea said, let's go. I am rooting for Monica, with a kissy face emoji. And then she put, people had comments. People said, stop being shady or whatever they said to her. So Thea says, I'm tired of people coming at me sideways about Brandy. I never said she wasn't talented. I do and will always fundamentally disagree with her and her mama's disrespect. With her and her mama's disrespect while we work together on my sitcom. And I stand by that ish. Okay, who got Thea upset? And she also goes on to say, your favorites can be wrong sometimes. Stop being selective about that. Just because you like a celebrity's work, we are all humans who do ish that we need to be checked for sometime. Well, you're right, Miss Thea Vidale, and you were very disrespectful to Brandy, and this is why Miss Sonia Norwood pulled up on you and checked you and quickly snatched Brandy off of that sitcom. Y'all remember the theme song? I've been working hard, 2 jobs every day. With God on my side, keeping me alive. I used to like Thea. But Miss Thea Vidale, I'm going to need you to relax and calm down. It's social media. So you're rooting for rooting for Monica, that's fine. People are going to get in the comments and throw shade at you. But you know what? I'm not mad. Because if you knock on somebody's door, they just might answer. And Thea had time today, okay? This is the other day, though, that she posted this. And then she goes on to say, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Adina Howard, Countess Vaughn, and more. I still wish her the best. Woo-wee. Cheryl Lee Ralph is D from Moesha. Adina Howard, I don't get that. Did they work together? Drop it in the comments. Let me know, y'all. I'm confused about that. Countess Vaughn was Kim Parker from Moesha. So Thea basically said what she said. You know, she pointed out a couple of people that had issues with Brandy Norwood back in the day. And I agree with Thea. Your faves definitely can be wrong and need to be checked. However, Miss Sonia Norwood checked you because allegedly you made some comments about Brandy's looks. And if you know Sonia Norwood like I do, or I pretend to, then you know Miss Sonia's not having it. All right? Not talking about her baby girl. All right. I was so shocked to see that. I'm like, really, Thea? Okay, so y'all ready now? Look at Monica doing promo for the Verzuz battle. Am I getting on your nerves because I'm not getting to it? I don't care. It is what it is. I like building up suspense. So this was Monica. They did so much promo. Did you see the commercial or the little skit that they did with Mekhi Phifer, who was in the Boys Mind video? He was the boy in the Boys Mind video with Brandy and Monica. And it was so cute. He was coming out of a grocery store and he's like, hey, baby, you know, I'm on my way home. And then he gets in the car and he gets a call from Monica and he ignores it. He gets a call from Brandy and he ignores it. He's like, nah, y'all not going to get me caught up this time around. I thought that was really cute. So they promoted this heavy. So Monica, she looked great. She did a promotional shoot, a little snippet or whatever as well. She looked fly. Okay. All right. On to the main event, Brandy versus Monica. Now, I have said before, because there were talks months ago about Brandy and Monica doing a Verzuz when the Verzuz battle became a thing a few months ago. I said that I did not want to see a Brandy versus Monica battle. I didn't. It ended up being good for them in the end because record sales are up for Brandy's B7 album. I'm pretty sure Monica is going to be charting as well or trending. She has some new songs out as well, but the people pressured Monica into participating into this Verzuz battle. And not only was it entertaining, I have to say, it was an entertaining trip down memory lane for some of us. The memes and the comments on Twitter and on the IG Live were hilarious. Okay, first, let's start with the fashions. Monica, she looked nice in her Fendi top and her hat, cute. With her little bob. Brandy looked comfortable. You know, she didn't look terrible. I know people. Lord, people were clowning Brandy. I won't even repeat some of the things that they said because I'm embarrassed that I'm even laughing at it. Anyway, she looked comfortable. Her smile, Brandy's smile seemed genuine to me. And she seemed to really be having a good time, even though people are accusing her of being phony and fake. She could be, but to me, she seemed like she was just enjoying the mood and the atmosphere and enjoying the music. She was singing along to all of Monica's songs, except for the new one that she played. So she seemed to be having a good time. Miss Thang, though, Miss Monica's, Monica has kept that same energy from back in the day. She seemed like she was ready to go at times. She seemed like, okay, girl, let's move it along. She really wasn't singing along with Brandy's songs. That's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. So it is what it is. Monica, she said that Missy was the one to thank for talking her into participating in this Verzuz battle. But it's funny because Monica has said several times that she's not interested in doing a Verzuz battle with Brandy because it's going to reignite old issues that they had, and she's not entertaining. She wasn't entertaining that energy. But I guess when she saw how lucrative it would be business wise, and Missy Elliott said, look, girl, you got 2 new singles out or a single out, you better go out there and promote your song. So shout out to Missy Misdemeanor Elliott for that. Monica, she definitely used the platform to debut her music. Her song is cute. It was featuring one of them babies. I can't remember. I can't even keep up. One of them babies. It was cute. I like Monica's voice. I like Brandy's voice. I like both of them. This is the era that I grew up in. The Boys Mind era. Brandy, Never Say Never, Miss Thang, Monica. That whole era I grew up in. So I was able to see these young ladies. I grew up listening to these young ladies and seeing them grow up to be mothers and mature young women or mature women. It's good to see in our face. This is the legend of my era. Like, Patti LaBelle is a legend for a specific time frame or a specific group of people who grew up in a certain era. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. These are our legends right here. We're not getting good R&B music like that, like we did back in the 90s. Now we're just not saying that there aren't great vocalists out there, but as R&B was very, very popular back in the 90s and early 2000s. There were girl groups, there were male groups, there were singers, Now, I guess we just take what we can get. Anyway, moving along to the energy. The energy was awkward. Very, very, very awkward. I don't even know. It was just awkward. Brandy, she really tried to make a joke out of certain situations and make light of it all. And it came across to some that, Brandy was throwing shade. I just think that Brandy was excited. She seemed to genuinely enjoy herself as well as the music. I noticed that neither one of them touched that summer watermelon Ciroc either. I wonder if Diddy was pissed off about that because, it was sponsored by Ciroc, and neither one of them touched their drinks. I don't know if you could see this picture very well. But I don't know. I don't know what to say. It wasn't bad. It was funny. The comments in the live were very entertaining. Brandy, she brought up a time that Monica popped her. She tried to bring it up in a joking manner. Brandy. Ooh, I'm getting tongue-tied. Brandy tried to joke about the time that Monica basically popped her backstage. Brandy said, I'm sorry, I'm working on my comedy. Brandy, she apologized profusely after she realized that, Monica wasn't feeling that little jokey joke. She wasn't feeling that. Monica was saying that people already think that she likes to fight or that she's aggressive, whatever she said. Well, sis, I mean, come on. The proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? But she said that she's trying to work on her attitude, and God turned her around and she's not the same she was, when she was younger. Good. Hopefully you're not. But sometimes there's certain things about us that just remain constant. And it is what it is. If you want to kick in the door and smack chicks, Monica, if you see fit, girl, I'm not judging you. It is what it is. They also said that they had a sit down before the show started. I guess that's why they were 14 minutes late. Okay. Cause the show was supposed to start at 8:00 and they didn't get it cracking until about like 8:14, 8:15. I was in the live before they showed up, but the DJ kept it cute. DJ was playing a lot of Brandy songs, a lot of ATL songs. So that's good. Get the crowd all hyped up, So they were fashionably late. That's cute. And Monica said that the fans were the ones hyping everything up at one point in the Verzuz battle. And I said, are we really gonna do this, Mo girl? Not Moesha, but Monica. Really, sis? So she said, because the fans were the ones hyping everything up between her and Brandy back in the day. Girl, you hear that, fans? Monica is blaming y'all. Monica said it's y'all fault. Here's why I had a problem with that. Just a slight problem, I often in several videos when it comes to artists, especially, the female artists, I always talk about how men will fuel beefs with female artists for profit, right? I've talked about that in quite a few videos. Recent videos. And I do not doubt that was the case in this situation when these ladies were younger. But Miss Monica, you put hands on Sonia's daughter, and that is taking it to another level. Yes, Monica, she was young, immature, probably quick to pop off, but at 40 years old, an admission or, some sort of responsibility, an apology of sorts would have been cute. There are many stories talking about what happened behind the scenes, and you put hands on somebody. So I feel like you should at least take accountability, but maybe she wasn't expecting Brandy to bring that up about popping her or whatever. So I don't know. But blaming the fans, though, she's not wrong, though. She's not wrong. But I just think, like, as a mature woman, you would have taken a little bit of responsibility. Whatever. It is what it is. It's her choice not to, or it is her choice to. I think that Brandy had every right to bring up that slap heard around the world. She did it in a joking manner. And I think that Brandy had the right idea, because I would have gone out there and I would have made a joke of the whole thing too. But that's just my sense of humor. Take the edge off. Everybody's wondering if, are they going to get into it? I was even wondering, like, oh God, because I knew Miss Monica and that attitude. I love Monica, but that attitude, baby, she is not goofy, kiki, hee hee, ha ha. That's just not her personality. She can be, but I didn't expect her to be that way with Brandy. But I don't know. I think Brandy had every right to bring it up. It happened to her. She was the one on the receiving end of Monica's knuckles, and then had to go on stage and perform The Boy Is Mine with Monica. Like, that's on some Ike and Tina type stuff. Ike and Tina, like, Ike would do what he do. Y'all know what I'm trying not to say. And then Tina would have to go out there and sing as if nothing happened. Like, Brandy has every right to bring that up. I'm sorry. She was on the receiving end of that. So I don't know. I don't understand why Brandy has to be hush hush about what Monica did to her. I don't know, Miss Monica. You ain't so real, are you, sis? Keep it real. Anyway, as far as production, the sound was trash. The sound was garbage. I'm a stickler for acoustics and, anything auditory. The sound, I don't know if the microphones were whack. I played the live on several devices, so it wasn't my device or my Bluetooth speakers or the television at all. To this date, I think as far as sound goes, Beanie Man and Bounty Killer, as well as DMX and Snoop Dogg. DMX and Snoop Dogg had the crispest, whatever, audio. Go back and listen to their verses. The audio was so crisp, and it sucked because they were playing some good music on this Verzuz with Brandy and Monica. They have hits. Both of them have good music. Like I said, it was a good trip down memory lane. But the audio, it was annoying me. It really was annoying me. But whatever, I had to deal with it. So they had 1.3 million live views on Instagram. I watched it on Instagram, and the show also streamed on iTunes. So bravo. I don't think, who did they beat? They beat out everybody, right? That's the highest viewed Verzuz. I don't think Teddy Riley and Babyface even got to 1 million, did they? but they had 1.3 million live views just on IG alone. So as far as the music, you know, they both had great music. I feel Brandy's music is more diverse. Like she has a more wide ranged catalog. This is a battle, right? So this is what everybody wants to avoid talking about. I wanted Monica to sing more. You know, at least Brandy, she was harmonizing. Her vocal ability has just gotten so much better over the years. You know, it was good when she was young, but just to hear her just exploring different octaves with her voice and her runs, dope. But Monica not wanting to sing, that was a turn off for me. People were giving her points for her outfit, an extra point for her outfit. But she got points taken away when she didn't want to sing. You know, you saw Brandy singing along to Monica's songs. And you could just tell that Monica didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? And I feel like, yes, it's entertaining for the fans. But if you don't want to do something, man, just don't bother. If you're not even going to even fake it, girl. I don't know. Maybe she was nervous. Monica was just sitting pretty, though. She looked great. They both look great. They both aged beautifully. I love both of them. Michelle Obama was in the IG live chat. Ray J and Monica's brother was there as well, cheering them on. I was hoping and praying that Ray J didn't grab that mic and started singing One Wish, but he was on his best behavior. When they did an intermission, Ray J went live. He was outside looking zooted, okay? And I'm like, Ray J, what is this, honey? What are we doing here? There's a versus going on. Why are you going live? He just came on for like a minute or so to tell everybody that he was outside. That's why he's on live. Okay. All right, Ray, whatever you say. What else did I want to cover? I think that Monica might have been on the defense as well. That could explain her attitude because she didn't know what to expect from Brandy, being that they haven't been around each other for like 7 or 8 years, I think they said. So I get why she came off the way that she did. You know, she wasn't offensive to me. You know, it's like Brandy kind of had to watch what she said. I think Brandy was a lot more comfortable trying to be friendly to her and trying to like engage, like, hey, you know, this is my girl. Like, because they grew up together, but not together. You know what I'm saying? So they watched each other's career. So I think Brandy was more, even, I don't know if it was fake or not. Everyone keeps saying that Brandy was fake. But what did you want Brandy to do? If Brandy would have acted like a snob, then, oh my God, Brandy acted like a snob. Everybody was right about her. One thing you cannot, you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. But I think that Brandy was more open to, hey, let's be instant friends, you know? And I think that has a lot to do with her environment growing up. Like, you know, her experiences and her environment, that is what essentially shapes our outlook with certain things, right? Like Brandy's like, yes, everybody, let's be friends, you know? That's how it came across. And Monica's like, girl, my spirit don't take to you. I don't know you like that. And there's nothing wrong with either one of them. So yeah, I think that kind of made Monica look like, is she being fake or is she being real? I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But Monica seemed a little bit on the defense, and then what she thought that Brandy was, when she thought that Brandy was like taking digs at her and you know, like throwing shots, I think that made Monica even more defensive, because there's a couple of times where Monica looked at her like, what? Y'all ain't girl, we just had a meeting. Like, what? Like, she gave that face. Then Monica, she brought up Corey Miller, that's Master P's brother, who's currently locked up. Mo said that she was in a little situation. She was referring to her relationship status because they were talking. They tried to facilitate a conversation in the middle of each song. So I appreciate that attempt, you know. So I think Monica said, this is the first time that we've both been single, you know? And then Monica goes, I got a little situation, like a little something. And Brandy was like, well, you talking to somebody? Brandy's also an actress. Let's not forget that. she's also a good she's also an actress. So there could have been a little bit of putting on mixed with she was probably nervous too. We don't know what transpired during the conversation before the show actually started, and I don't think we need to know. The fact that they both agreed to sit down and do this for their longtime fans, and possibly their new fans now, I respect that 100%. So in that aspect, they are both winners. They are both queens. They are our legends. We grew up in the 80s babies who grew up listening to 90s hip hop and R&B. These are our legends right before us. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are our parents. This is equivalent to our parents, like Shaka Khan and Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight. And they're both alive and well and doing well. So for that, they are definitely legends, icons, queens, and I respect it. But Monica bringing up Corey Miller, girl, please. Then she played the song Shoulda Known Better. Girl, bye. Goodbye. What's this? Oh, this is the score sheet. Shout out to So Extra Blog. This is So Extra Blog on Instagram. Anytime there is a versus battle, So Extra Blog always comes with a organized sheet list of all the songs and the rounds. So I definitely appreciate that. So based on the score, the overall winner was Brandy. I'll get back to that in a minute. But at the end of the show, there was a behind the scenes like video. I guess someone took video on their cell phone, and Brandy and Monica, they showed each other love. And let me see if I could play this. I might have to mute the sound.
Big bag.
Exit stages.
Aww.
Big bag.
Keep walking. Keep walking. Should we walk the other way and get more?
See, look at them.
Okay, good.
They're taking pictures. All right, see, now they're playing music. They're playing Monica's single. So they were just rocking. Look how comfortable Monica looks afterwards. They're both talking. Monica's singing her song to Brandy. That song that she has with whichever baby it is. And then they're dancing. See? Monica looked a lot more happy. She looked happier after it was over. She looked a little tense during the verses. But I'm glad that this is circulating online, because this just gives it a different perspective. Hopefully you guys have seen this. But yeah, this is cute. They took pictures together. It's all love. Aww. Look at her. I think Monica was nervous too. I do. I think she was a little bit nervous and on the defense because she didn't know what to expect. And I can understand that. But nonetheless, they both did a great job. I enjoyed the show. I could have done without it. I'm going to keep it real. If they decided not to do it, I wouldn't have been mad because, again, it's just going to fuel more beef. Now everybody's like, oh, look, Brandy was being shady. Monica was being shady. Oh, see, they still don't like each other. It's fake. It's fake. They came together because the people wanted the song. Okay, do the people want the song? The people wanted the song. So they came together to give the people the songs. And the people mad because they think Brandy is fake. It don't matter if Brandy's fake or real. You fell in love with these ladies for the music. But you can feel however you want to feel. But the unfortunate thing about all of this is that they were both used for capital gain, and they were compared to one another. Monica was 14 years old when she did Miss Thing. Brandy got into the industry at 12 years old. Think about that. When you were 12 or 14, could you be in the studio for hours and hours and hours making an album? Now, my attention span is not that long. I couldn't. 14? For real? Anyway. So they were both used, like I said, for capital gain. They were compared to one another instead of their differences being celebrated. And some of the fans of both of these ladies bought into the manufactured beef. Like I've been saying, somebody profits whenever these women beef in the industry. Somebody profits. And they were so young. So young. And yes, Brandy, was heavily media trained and polished, in my opinion, and artistically developed for the industry, right? This is how I feel. In a nutshell, it is what it is. The business wanted a return on their investment, as they often do. So they polish up these women, they manufacture them how they want. Right. And not to mention, Sonia Norwood is a strong businesswoman, so she's not to be forgotten. Shout out to Mrs. Sonia Norwood. So like I said, they were both young and they were both able to create classic bodies of work at 14 years old. And it speaks volumes to the time that the industry took to develop artists. The music was just good and authentic from both of them. You don't really see a lot of that today. Even Monica pointed out that she didn't really have a lot of artist development or a lot of coaching. Brandy did, but still, without Monica's industry coaching or artist development per se, she was still a great artist, Will we ever get back to a place of good music, y'all? Will we? Anyway, all right, this is my last thought, and then I'm wrapping this up. So this is a battle, right? This is a versus battle. Score is being kept, So what do you guys think? Just for entertainment purposes only. It's not a competition. We're not comparing the two. It's a battle. So there has to be, it could be a draw. You could say it's a draw. I want you to put it in the comments. This is a battle, like I said. I wasn't keeping score, but soul_extra_blog, my girl, look at this. This is an A. This is A+ work right here. Round for round. So I think Brandy won. We're just talking about songs. That's it. Songs, not attitudes, not who looked like what. Straight up songs and hits. Brandy. Hands down. It is what it is. And I love them both. I Want to Be Down remix. Impossible with Whitney Houston. They played a snippet of that. Rest in peace, Nippy. Missing You from the Set It Off soundtrack. Really? With Shaka Khan. Was Shaka Khan on that? And Gladys Knight and Tamia, I think it was. Come on. The Moesha theme song. Angel in Disguise. She worked with David Foster, Whitney Houston, Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight, Babyface, Dark Child. Resume heavy. It is what it is. They didn't even play It All Belongs to Me. That's a song that Monica and Brandy did years ago. The Boy Is Mine is not the only song that they did together. And that they look great in that video. I remember that song. I wish they would have played that. But then again, Monica wouldn't have sang it. They played The Boy Is Mine at the end. Monica didn't want to sing. What else am I going to say? Wrapping it up. I don't try to be perfect, y'all. I don't edit nothing. We just talking like I'm on the phone with you guys. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Now going forward, right? Brandy, I don't know if you saw it. Brandy was saying like, yeah, we're gonna go on tour, and Monica was looking like, yeah, no, I'm good. Ray J, he posted something to his Instagram saying, yes, 1,000 likes or 100,000 likes or whatever. You guys want to see a Brandy and Monica song? I can make it happen. We working over here. I'm going to tell you right now, as a fan of both and as a student of hip hop and R&B, you guys know how I feel about music. Those of you who watch me regularly, I don't want to see them on tour. I do not want to see them do an album, and I don't want to see them do a song. I'm keeping it so real. Sometimes people just don't have chemistry, right? And will never be best friends or even friends at all. And that is okay. They are grown. and they can sit in the same space, and they can be respectful to one another and have a good time, which is what they did on this versus battle that basically brought in over 1 million views. Engagement was crazy. And Michelle Obama was in the IG live chat. These women are icons, legends. They have influence. They brought both fan bases together and everybody had fun. Yes, of course, people are going to do their little comparisons. However, again, they sat next to one another. They were able to hug and dance with one another. You saw the video. They don't have to be best friends. They don't have to work together ever again. That's okay. But me personally, just speaking my opinion, I don't need to see them. I don't need to see them on a versus bat. I mean, on a song. Nope, we're good. I'm good. Nope. This is enough for me. So to Brandy and Monica, you ladies did an excellent job. Good job. Yeah, that's about it. Nothing more, nothing less. You gave the people what they wanted. I know Brandy was like, you see them numbers. Let's go on tour. Who knows? Brandy could have just been saying that because she wanted to make herself look good. I don't see them going on tour. Too much time has passed. These ladies have not had an opportunity to build a friendship. And sometimes when you get older, you kind of set in your ways, and it's like kind of that like no new friends type of deal. Plus, they have a tension there from the past. And for some people, it may not be easy to just get over something. These girls were young, you know what I mean? And who knows? Monica probably feels like, dang, if we didn't have that beef, where would our careers have been? We could have been much further along, or I could have been much further along. I'm just saying, but it's okay. It's okay. They don't have to be best buddies. They don't have to hug and kiss. They showed the utmost respect to one another. At the end, they hugged, they danced. It was a great moment in time, and they did it for the fans. So if they never sit in the same room ever again, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm going to be honest. I didn't want this versus battle to begin with, but I thank them for showing up and taking me down memory lane. And on that note, Royal Family, I'm done. It's a wrap. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. Get down in the comments and tell me what you think. Please keep it shade free in the comments. Don't put any profanity in the chat. These are my thoughts, my opinions. You are welcome to disagree. I don't know what you would disagree with, but you are more than welcome to disagree as long as you disagree respectfully. Did you enjoy the battle? Did you enjoy the versus battle? Did you watch the entire thing? What do you think? Share your thoughts. I'm signing off. I can't wait to read these comments. Thanks for stopping by, Royal Family. It's a wrap. And until next time, peace.